There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever. Never, ever, ever, baby. And an inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it. Yes, it is. You got it, sweet brother. Nothing upon nothing upon nothing. I know you do, baby. I know. Coming right up, sir. Smooth. All right. Nothing town to fuck all borough. Do you want me to upgrade that to a one-way trip, sir? Do you really? The song of death is sweet and endless. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, a fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open.
Somehow, you know what it is. A Caprice Canadian motor carriage. A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone as hot water sprays from the base and steam covers the mirror. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits. Really, all recollection of the person you are, the people in your life, and even the world you're in has drowned. Really, all recollection of the person you are, as you slowly reach your hand towards the behold. You have no idea who this thing is, do you? Too late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Or wait, is that an expression? Are you trying? Please stop. It's horrible. Oh my God. You can't stop. It's like, what does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying? You should check yourself for a pulse, because you find no sign of life on your swollen neck. However, putting your hand on your chest reveals an irregular heartbeat. You appear to be alive, for now. Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place, somewhere in the past. That's all you know. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan. The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now. You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap! What you have in your hand is a truly hideous thick tie, with 4 or 5. You hear a jingle. Key, it says, whirling in rags. on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the whirling in rags is a hostel cafeteria.
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette. Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. A silver jumpsuit falls off her like scale armor, sparkling. This is the sparkle of too many.
No. Because you're a police officer, sir. Okay, cool. I won't. Okay. Sir, you've been here for 3 days. Couldn't say. In truth, so far.
You have no doubt about the drinking. But do you strike yourself as a tight-lipped drunk? She must have heard something. The words have already left your mouth.
What was that? That's not even how words are used. What did you say? No. You see, that's not what... Come on, man. Freddy, please. One more time. Goddamn right you did. You crazy asshole, you. What kind of cop are you? Okay, sir. I have to ask. Do you really not remember? Just like that? You drank so much you lost your memory? I'm sorry. It's gonna suck for you later when you have to interrogate me. And for the record, no, I didn't do it.
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter. And everything is cool between you and this guy. He's a big fan. Make some small talk. A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used. This is the great skua. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the Insulindian Isola. The small steel tag says as much. The great skua. Stegosaurus skua.
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you.
Hello, sweetie. You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. As you approach, he narrows on the sleeve of his bomber jacket as well as on its back. are the same
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57.
You realize he's waiting for your name. Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising.
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday.
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews? At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice. Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree? Mm-hmm. Sure, but did you take it down from the tree? Completely. Does that mean you took the body down? Does that mean the body is no longer in the tree? So, the body, where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking. After you, officer.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
You mean you don't have a badge? Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with? Of course. What can I help you with? Of course. Where to? Oh, that's...
Even all the way over here, there's a drop of death in the spring air.
What do you mean? Yes, sir. District of Martinez. This intersection is...
He knows where we are. He just wants...
No problem. Of course. I won't hold you back.
If there's a corpse, then you're going to need those gloves for the autopsy.
Sure. Keep them. I have another pair.
Before you stands a motor carriage. Vapor emanates from the large end. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel. A scent of leatherwork and heavy fuel oils washes over you. The frequency tableau lights up, and the green the soft purr of electrical kittens.
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant.
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st Precinct.
Operating the radio is easy. Just be confident. You've probably done it 1,000 times.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57.
Under the green prime line, a yellow saved button catches your eye. You wonder what the...
Just a second, officer.
10-2, 10-5. This is 41st, come in, over.
The man uses relay code. You've got this. You're a cop, and cops know.
10-4, message received. 10-5, relay message. What's your status, over? 1018, state your message, sir. 10-9, over. 10-4, message received. This is very serious.
Is it him? What does he want?
Says he lost his badge and needs to report.
He what? He lost his badge?
This is Communication Officer Jules Pidieux, sir. Over. You mean your partner?
What is he saying?
He's asking who he...
I'm his goddamn partner.
It's your partner, Satellite Officer Vicmar, sir.
Did he lose his memory along with his fucking badge?
Who lost his badge?
Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective who... Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
He says this has probably happened to us.
Oh goddamn it! Is he...
Satellite Officer Vicmar is wondering if you might be joking.
Mullen dicked us.
10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your miss...
Fuck me. Mac, come here. You've got...
What's going on?
Super Cop here lost his...
He lost his what now?
His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over.
New heights even for Captain Sober.
Ask him. Ask him if he's lost his gun.
Sergeant Orson wants to know if you lost your gun.
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know where it is, do you? No.
10-9, come in, officer. Did you get my question? We were wondering about your... 10-1, you're breaking up. 10-9, repeat. 10-9, come in, officer. Over.
Even before you can get the words out, everything gets scrambled in your brain.
He says he didn't lose his gun. Or his phone, whatever that.
Ask him to describe it. His gun.
Satellite Officer McLean requests a description of your weapon. Over. He says he doesn't have it.
Dear God, he lost his gun? Oh my, I can't.
This isn't really a laughing...
Mac can face a giant of Coco Nur by himself. But Disco him...
Oh, I can't. Fuck. He lost...
I'm not going to.
Ask him.
Sergeant Orson here is wondering if you are still in possession of your genitalia. Over. That's a negative.
What's he saying?
He,
The prick ate Mama's vanilla waffles at the cap.
Sure, vanilla...
Shut up, Chester. This isn't fun. Tell him to apologize.
Sergeant Orson requests that you apologize for the claims you made about his mother. Over. Mac, he says you shouldn't have any...
Who?
Satellite Officer V. I'm afraid he...
Firewater? He's lost it.
Satellite Officer V. I'm going to report that you are in pursuit.
In pursuit of his...
Officer, do you need further assistance? Over. Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons. There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots, anywhere from maybe more than 12. No, 8 pairs of boots have 1. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 46. 2. Standard work boot, steel reinforced. 3. Hobnailed work boot, steel. 4. Standard work boot, number 40. You don't know. It's a miracle. 5. Another standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. 6. An aberration, light as air, even pace, impossible to tell. Could also, you're not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens. Everything else has a thin 7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot, number 48. And yet another standard work boot, number 40.
How many? I was pretty off then. I counted 20. I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary? Interesting. Let's name it the someone operating a workbench with a pedal, like a joiner at the harbor. Or maybe a drummer? No, it's not. Forget I said it. Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out their right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right.
He doesn't seem to hear you. Looking south.
We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent, no? 200? Could it be the combined weight of 2 people, one carrying the other who's tied up?
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight.
Possibly, yes.
But why? There are 8 pairs of tracks in the mud. 3
a week, maybe? 7 days would...
It is not impossible.
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashol. 7 days below freeze.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve...
A woman or a kid? Understood. Anything else?
Kuno's got this!
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then this is...
Oh yeah! Nappa comfy, Kuno!
Can't talk, pig! Shit's coming up strong! Throwing rocks!
Shit coming up strong. That sounds good. Joyous. You should hang out with this kid. I mean drugs. The kid's on drugs.
Yeah, Kuno! Ride the lightning!
Kuno's riding at sea!
The rake, Kuno! You should throw the rake at him!
The fuck? Does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener. The fuck are you talking about?
He's calling us Kuno. He says we're fucking...
All right, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got.
The kid moves his hands like a basketball player dribbling fast.
Kuno's Kuno, pig?
It's always Kuno, never I. Clearly the kid's using the third-person perspective as a shield.
The fuck are you calling a third person?
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his hands on you! Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help!
Help! He's got the Kuno, help!
Everyone can hear. You need to get the hell out of here before.
Yeah? Get out of here before the Kuno beats the shit.
Yeah, that's right. Drag your fat
Despair creeps into you. Getting fat on your weakness. You're still coming up with sentences. That's a step up from total annihilation, right? He watches you melt down stoically. From nothing you can say would make cop gives up the detective genre for social realism. Another police officer resigned from the RCM following a nervous breakdown. He now lives under a bridge, drinking and occasionally throwing excrement at passers-by, shouting, "I never loved that woman." When asked to comment, former colleagues objected to the theory that his psychological disintegration was precipitated by his wife leaving him. It's because...
Never, and an audience amount. You on come. Oh, you. This look.
Somehow. You hear a jingle. It says, the whirling...
启动特定设有改变对话选项，适合加长会因研究和完成件所差异。药物可在对话过程中服用，工具对话选项息息相关，使用前期的装备。选择对话选项时，时间依旧持续流逝，阅读会使时间加速流逝。
This fan has 2 chain pull switches. The blades come squeaking to a halt. You swoop up and get what you have in your hand. A colorful piece of plastic is dangling from his on the counter, rolled out of his open hand. You see a blister pack of headache medicine. It's a dock worker's ID, doubling as a shift card and a job permit. A young, able-bodied man stares back at you from the photo. Cynthia, your fingers find their way into the shackle, flicking open its spring lock. The man emits a loud snore. Is he about to wake up? You find a black paper note with a woman's profile on it. Seems like this woman lived centuries ago. The sleeping dock worker has lit. The man does not mind.
You've just picked up some magnesium.
A bespectacled man in an orange as you approach on the sleeve of his bomber jacket.
Hello.
You realize he's waiting for your name. Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange.
It looks like we had a little...
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
Then we should ask him for a rundown of the area. It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Okay, we'll have to have you remove the dead body from where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. After you.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
You mean you don't have a badge? Oh, if you didn't have your badge, then that would be very bad. You would need...
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is...
The RCM in Martinez. Of course. Of course. Oh, that...
Even all the...
What do you... Yes, sir. District of Martinez.
He knows where we are.
There's the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, the harbor gates. Some kind of commotion, I think. Some shops and a bridge. They can just coast. It's just water. No problem. Me? I am just a gardener. I am pleased to meet you. Of course.
If there's a corpse, then you're...
Sure.
This Post Lavantore mail collection, a faint sticker on the side reads, RCM Emergencies Desk number 8102 with a... The box seems eat shit pig, fucked by the coon, and Saint G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also. The mail collection box seems cathartic. There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots, anywhere from maybe more than 12. No, 8 pairs of boots. 1, standard work boot. 2, standard work. 3, hobnailed work boot. 4, standard work boot. Number you don't know. 5, another 6, an aberration, impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. 7, the glowing out. 8, and yet another.
How many? I was pretty off then. I counted 20. I never got the hang of it. Hyperop, a woman or a kid? Understood. In 200?
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
Possibly. Yeah.
But why? There are 8 pairs of tracks.
Interesting. Someone operating a workbench? No, it's not. Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out the right shoe before the left.
He doesn't.
We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent, no? You're right. Let's keep a week, maybe?
It is not.
I pulled last week's forecast.
Correct again. Sub-Zero.
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the... Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing...
Indeed. They all... Yes. Everything fits so well. Carried him over. Hoisted the lieutenant's eye.
Either way. What else?
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid, just a trash container. Your fingers start to itch just looking at that padlock.
We could try using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carriage, or... We might want to ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one. And he also has...
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic. The tire tracks were left here by an unknown event that took place. Some of that rubber stuck to the tiles right in front and then accelerated straight into the driver proceeded to back out of the yard, barely before heading south. Must have been in a hurry.
You are correct. This is a... I'm not sure. There are plenty of traffic accidents.
You could follow the... A man in his late 20s with a...
Mr. Gart, right?
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining... Right. Now, I know it...
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
This sounds like something you can use.
You said you just got here. From...
What, of Martinez? No. I live in Jamrock.
But you still know your way around, yes?
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said,
I didn't imply that.
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your question. His face expresses ask him about the body's location before asking if he killed him. People give up information in the more innocuous questions.
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoist... That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then, to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence.
This man means the heavy cavalry of the innocents Franco Negro, sweeping over the plains and nations of the enemies of mankind. 5th century style. Unified currency and the concept of cool came in their wake. They wore lamella and carried guns.
I don't know who killed him. I'm not...
This is it. He said they hoisted him up on a tree. Who is this they, if he doesn't know?
Oh, people are saying it was the union dock workers. The locals, the customers, the people who eat here. A lot of dock work...
Did the debarders themselves tell...
I don't really know. You'll have to ask her. I would suppose it's because they have...
You mean the strike?
Yes, the strike. The man they hanged was a security guard for the harbour company, I hear. A mercenary. The unionist... What are you, crazy? Of course I didn't kill him.
The lieutenant turns the page in the little notebook he's been scribbling in.
She went away because none of your business.
Have they not been telling you you're a cop?
Extra fine. No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria. I hope it is.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real. Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130 real.
The IIR, or Inter-Isolary Real, is the global...
Wow, you're a genius. Yes, that's right. Let's see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you... Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually, more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work, mate. What are you, a philosopher? Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room or 8 bottles of potent blend. And yes, it is. No, you see, that's 40 cents. Cents are a form of currency 100 times.
The cafeteria man, isn't it evil? The order of magnitude between what is asked of the... There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something.
I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any...
Officer, maybe you are better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away.
You mean somewhere else to run up a huge debt? I don't think so. The union squeezed most places out of business to...
I'm sorry I couldn't help more. You should take this up with your station. I have...
Good luck.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, but you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You don't really know, do you? A vague, blackened image doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay. If you run it, you can try. Run some addresses in your... The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face you seem to be... A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an
Active decay. It's okay to throw up.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer.
He's about to blow! Cop... Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Come, looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno. I'm going away for a long...
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
was the case, was the case.
Kuno's got this.
If there ever was such a
Oh yeah, Nappa Gumpy, Kuno! Right in the dick, Kuno! Get him!
Love it in the dick.
The boy is sweating profusely. His eyes are like two black holes and his jaw is twitching as if trying to break free from the empire of his body.
Fuck that! Kuno, yeah! The rake, Kuno! You should throw
The fuck? Does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener.
We shouldn't do anything. You will see.
The language these kids are using, pure unfettered id. There will be no reasoning with those creatures.
All right, entertain the Kuno. Show me.
The kid moves his hands like a basketball. Irregular speech patterns. Overconfidence. Could this kid be on drugs? This warrants further
Shitload pig.
Don't tell the pig
This is where you quickly ask him questions. Real cop questions. Like a cop.
Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the...
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno!
Kuno's fuck gimp. Kuno uses...
He's trying to hide the fact that he doesn't know.
Kuno knows what you meant. Kuno's not a snitch. That's all. Trying to make Kuno probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the... You heard Kuno. Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno... I don't know. Some fucking Mesk or I don't know. Some other place. Night...
There is no Night City anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city.
Why you gotta be riding Kuno's ass? You haven't... You wanna know where Kuno was? You wanna know...
Don't tell him that!
It's not fucking lame. Kuno's building Kuno City. Night...
Lame!
That's the name of Kuno City, bitch. Get the fuck off Kuno's back. This shit ain't about that.
It's impossible to deduce what it is about, at least for the moment. If it's...
You're testing Kuno...
Get lost!
Kuno doesn't...
Yes?
No response. He's having trouble processing it. But
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs? Not a fan.
the RCM deploys a self-styled structure called the decomptage as its chain of...
Try work. The case at hand. It can work. Fine. We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 9 p.m. If you're still having trouble then, I can give you... Focus on other people's troubles, not your own.
A moment passes. The lieutenant glances at the sports watch.
What do you want to know? I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a... You don't know? I assumed you... That's good. Better still than an imbecilic cop-off. It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after. Was there anything else you wanted to know about the case? Good.
Before you stands a vapor emanate. This must be the infernal. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio, a scent of leatherwork and a metallic drawer slides out.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like so.
The pry bar feels nice and useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids. The pull-out toolbox. This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, "This trash container is locked." The sliding lid has a just a trash container. Your fingers start to itch just looking at that padlock. Force time isn't happening. You've jammed the pry bar under the lid. There's a creaking sound as the pry bar slips under the lid. You hang from it like a moron, huffing and
The quality of metal is not the problem. From what I see, it's sturdy. Let's ask the manager for the key. This is...
Can I help you? Mine? No, it belongs to the...
Thank you for clearing that up.
Why? To keep the hobos...
I thought as much. And I...
Well, yes.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you. Prod at him and find out.
What do you need them for?
It concerns the case.
Just bring them back once you're done, please. Yes, have you got it? A lot. A lot. For the room, drink, like what?
This trash container is with a well-oiled. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't. Just the feeling. A warning. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
You see milk and egg rest. You've done this before. The movements are recorded in your elbows. No, searching for evidence. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something as the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. Drop them in here, officer. Guitar-marked blue jeans. Pockets empty. Or emptied. He wore them with a belt. The belt is missing. That's it.
Something slimy catches. A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn...
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force. Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked.
The lieutenant nods, then looks back. You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction.
You've acquired an
The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it.
Can I help you? Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking. How strange. I certainly didn't put them there. The trash collection service, CS Municipal.
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down. Thank you anyway.
Yes? thing. What are you, a cook now? That's none of your business. He wasn't pan-fried, he was lynched. What could the kitchen possibly... Fine, okay. The kitchen is closed until 1 p.m. because the cook is working. You can snoop around after that. Yes, not the whole damn union. They come here in the evenings.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means we don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later.
There are these things called...
What?
By the way, you should come back to this...
Another thing. Great. Yes?
Yes? What do you want to know? Good. Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. That's a fair point. All right, for the good of the investigation. Good.
The bed is cold and not particularly...
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after 9 p.m.
Hello, sweetie.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
Why, you are, officer. You're a handsome man, officer, with your mustache and your chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your chin. You must forgive me. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here...
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
Whatever do you mean? Ah, yes. Probably Roll With Me by the Fletchers. People often quote the Fletchers at me. Of course, dear.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open. Are you interested in a new and exciting book? It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards.
Books? Postcards? Easy. Even a kid would know all of this.
Yes, that's exactly it. If you say so, sir. Can I help you with anything else?
Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space. I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture. Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again.
Welcome to Rivachol.
Bastards! We have a right to work! Hold up and stay frosty, everyone.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down. We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes. Ha! Couldn't handle us. Cause gives the workers strength. Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Maybe you should ask them the questions. Like, we have families to feed.
So do we, Scab.
Have fun. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates. I know nothing about a murder. Wouldn't put it past these harbor bugs. They'd do anything to stay alive.
Right to work!
It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring backup. Open up the gates for us. Blockading game.
We are not picking a side in this.
Pity.
Let us work!
Scab?
You're hazy on the notion of a scab. Smells like politics.
A kind of a worm, content with mere survival. They come, they want to do our job for shittier pay, screwing over. Gotta be bloody stupid or freaking evil to Scab. Or I guess scared, maybe. But scared of what? Of who? Personally, I'd rather beg than Scab. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something. We've explained the matters, but they don't listen. This lot would be reasonable and go home if the big guy wasn't a riling.
Big guy. He means the leader of the scabs.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money. Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the wild north? Come to see the strife? Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder. Of course, Policia. It wasn't me.
He didn't do it. It's the truth.
You know, serious business. I'm sure that...
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk.
Sure thing, my friend. I can help you out.
The coin lands into your hand as if it has always belonged there.
Always glad to help out the RCM. Shame, you know, the winter's fat is slowly running out and all. Still better than scabbing, though. I'm always glad to help out when possible. Not like these slithering scabs. My friend, I respect the right to roam. The open range awaits. I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage.
If it's all so simple.
Aye. Walk right past Measurehead? Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Semini Supremus is there. Walk. Then press the button to unlock it, then go past him again, and you enter the arbor through the office. Está. Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. Or you could convert to a Semini Supremacist worldview. Or, maybe it actually is completely impossible. Sure.
Body betrays your degeneracy.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
You have succumbed to Al Ghul. You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it.
It's not good.
It's like a rat crawled into your stomach, got drunk and drowned.
Yes.
He means alcohol.
I doubt it. My microcephalic race servant. No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the jerking motions, signs of a late-stage neurodegenerative disorder. How far you gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato. You will be super.
It is, baby, yeah.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor.
Enough with this begging. You should bring your troops to the Semenine Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulver. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al Ghul. Your beloved.
There may be a peaceful solution to this. You could internalize Measurehead's race theory. He would take you as one of his own. Well, not as such. What you do with the mastery of advanced race theory is up to you. You could reject the findings, sure. Or he does not so much as glance at the object.
Stop showing me your pathetic.
He had nothing to do with it. Ask what kind of races there are first. Classification is core to this stuff.
Do you?
There are 3 categories of race. Type A, the heroic races. I knew you would go straight for the vile cauldron. Everyone.
Yeah, I mean, other one.
Yes, it would seem nonsense.
Type B are the unheroic races. Amorphous non-competitors of the great race. The
Koikos of Grad, Yugo, Zimsk, Shest et al. Are what you would call white, officer, in a sus.
Yes. To an untrained eye, the Koiko appear white and pinkish, like a ham sandwich. But look into their pinkness is a racial quality that has to be earned through centuries of advanced ballistic warfare and cultural domination that the Grad people have undergone for drinking Al Ghul and smoking. The Koiko, the countless micronationalities of Grad, are all inexplicably obsessed with Podart.
Wouldn't he be one for ethnostates?
They are microscopic. The Semeno-Areopagite superstate will cover the entire remaining planetary crust, uninterrupted. From Holy Semenine, its leaders will be the genetic epitome of the Semenese and Areopagite stock, elected by nature. The Revacholians, halfway between Type A and the Racial Cauldron. Too mixed to know right from wrong. You tried your degenerate little revolution, which
Is it 82,000 years that we've been recording history? You have very little idea of what is happening, but that seems a little off.
The mysteries of the people of this planet are a tragedy that has played out countless times over, like a fever dream of skin, hair, and bone. Wake up, naive Chespias. The revolution came to Ravachol from Grad, in Zarath-ridden potato carts. It is literally an illness. A prion disease that leaves the revolution is fatal familial insomnia. A hereditary prion condition passed from the Khoico to the Occidentals. Enough of Tibet. Those are the Simonese, the Areopagite, and the Occidentals. A receding genetic pool has led them out on reprehensible street parades. In mound cities like Stadskanal and Vredefort, wearing wooden clogs on their feet and little green tassels on their hat. The Vespertines and Messenians of Vesper and Messina, the ancient Meteorans, the other large Mondial civilization, the Mesk, are too yellow and oleaginous to count as a heroic race. True, overproduction of sebum. Sebum is leaking into their brains, making them listen to Elm as proven by the Maun and the Mesk. Occidental type A is in retrograde. The Simonese, the Areopagites are sleek, long-headed. The Simonese are powerful, mesomorphic. The former is an immutable progenitor, unchanged. The latter is perfected and adapting. Together they form the Simeno-Areopagite, or Simeopatypes. The F are a museum of failed chimeric experiments, and tragic. It would be cruel to entertain our. You understand nothing. To solve the great race enigma, you have to first ask yourself. We will see.
Access to the Union is important for our investigation, but there may be another way without becoming a race theoretician.
You need to internalize what you have heard here today, then return. I cannot possibly imagine what else we have to discuss, Tibere Vacholian. Your love for disco music and venereal disease? There is nothing I cannot possibly imagine. Oh, don't be vulgar. Mr. Clare is a man of vision and...
He looks toward the...
Welcome to Frit. Feel free.
What's that magazine she's reading?
消息。